Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect, where 23% of our incarcerations are glitches and the most secure location on the planet happens to be bridges. In the previous episode, we went ahead and added 4 parole rooms in, as well as the chapel on the right hand side. We also had to deal with 2 events simultaneously, some subsidence on the front wall here, which wasn't a problem because we have our double perimeter wall there, and we also had a pipe burst near the water pump. In fact, it was right under the water pump, which means we couldn't repair it. We had to then remove it and place another one, and then we added some more power and then split off that grid because we were having some issues in that regard, but everything is sort of progressing in the right direction. We have some inmates being released because of the parole, and because of that, we have now decent prison grading. Reoffending rate has dropped, punishment has gone up, reform has gone up, security has gone up, but health has stayed the same. I expect the health to stay the same for a little while, but we are running some programs to stop the pharmacological treatment to drug addiction. That was obviously a big problem, and most of it because of stuff being thrown over the wall, but we have now hopefully resolved a lot of that with the addition of this extra fencing. So we'll see how we get on. In this episode, what I want to do is probably slow the pace a little bit. We do want to go for, well, I think at least get a library, a shop, and a classroom in. I think that would be quite useful. And as you can see, we've got 2 dogs just sitting around because, yes, the dog handlers are stuck on here. I don't know why the dog handlers get stuck. It's quite interesting. And also, it seems to be 3. I don't know if that's the critical mass. I doubt it. It'll probably just be a case of they get stuck in general. You just have to wait. Also, the psychiatrists don't seem to be doing their thing. You see, that psychiatrist is tired, but they can happily walk this way. In fact, as you can see, they go across that area here and then through that fence. So, I don't know what the solution is. Either way, we will progress on. We want to add in the rooms that I've just mentioned, as well as probably go ahead and add things like the yard and the extra common room and things like that. But we'll see how we get on. So over to the planning and then to the walls here. And we want to just check roughly what size we want the classroom to be. Now, because this is a large map, my sort of scales are off, which is why the chapel is well oversized. But hopefully the, 15 by 9 should be acceptable. Actually, let's make it 15 by 10. 15 by 10. Same on the next 2. So 10 and 10. Like so. So that'll be a classroom, library, and do I need one? Yeah, shop. Probably library, shop, classroom. We also need postal service, and that doesn't need to be too big, so that size should be okay. Right, that should be about right. I think we're going to build probably the first couple. What do we want first? I guess check needs. Luxuries and literature seem to be the high priority there, so that would mean library. So I guess we'll go for the library. How big does the library need to be? Let's look at a library. Actually, can you search for library in here? Yes, library shelf. Library shelf would be okay in there. We could have a library shelf either side. It'd be a very small library. Certainly one of these will have sorting desks in it, and that'll be for library shelf and bookcase. What's the difference? No, one's 3 stack and the other's 2 stack. Huh. Yeah, one of these will be the sorting area for mail. The other one, we could have the library. Certainly the classroom is going to be here, followed by the shop. So I think we'll go for luxuries. Yeah, luxuries is quite high. So we'll build this one first, say the shop. So more wall and build along there. I will not place the wall in at the back because it does tend to glitch out a little bit. The door itself, don't really know where I want to place it. It doesn't really matter actually for the door because the only people that go through the door happen to go and work in there. The people that want to buy stuff come to the shop front. So I'm going to place probably the door there, and then I'll place the shop front in due course. We also don't have... Oh, you can see we've got teaching there and people coming. That's good. We also have no staff door in the back. But I don't know if we need one. In all fairness. I don't know if we need one. In terms of shop fronts, I'm going to have a couple in, I think. Do I want a couple in? Yeah, a couple in would be fine. It is quite a large building. So in here, we need shop shelf and shop front. We have that. Oh, actually, we need also tables. We've got oak tables, which are a bit medieval for our liking. Standard tables will be fine. In terms of the shelving, we could run them like that, either side. Although it is quite a lot of money to get all these in. But then again, we have it. We'll spend it in the right place. Up to about there. Tables will then run down the centre. Like that. And we will put, I think, another shop shelf in there. Okay. It is in logistics, prison labour. Let's get that signed. And also, now that we have a lot of people walking around here, we should probably get some flooring put in. So flooring will go down, across, like so. Could also go around here, because they're probably going to go this way anyway, considering where stuff is. I'm going to have this little section here, just for like, put a bit of grass in there or something. Just because we can. There'll be a lot of areas like that in the facility that don't particularly have much of a purpose, but we'll fill it with like some green space. That's what the areas around here were supposed to be. Speaking of around here, let's get some of this stuff added in. So, that's now in. Happy with that. All this is ready to go in, and we have the amount of, I think we have the money we need. 7 grand, that's fine. We'll do that. This is something that will increase both reform, it'll increase happiness, it'll increase loads of stuff, basically. It's needs that are never critical. I don't believe any of these needs can go critical. That's critically problematic, though. Shakedown. I think someone's just been traded to Thompson there, or from Thompson. Don't know if you saw, but he stopped and had a little chat with one of his coin mates. So I wonder if we find anything. Gold pocket watch, ropes, things like that. All of them sort of to be expected. See, things like that was smuggled in, and we just haven't detected it. There's a tunnel found, just one. Clubs and such. Loads of rope. But that's the nature of the beast when you have the laundry and people working in there. Speaking of the laundry, I've been meaning to add a couple more of those in there. So we have found one tunnel. I'll just remove that. It's not too much of an issue. That's fine. Over here, where we have the entrance required, let's see where we're going to have the entrance. So this is going to be a classroom. It's going to be classrooms. I think it's going to be classroom, library, then 2 spare rooms for whatever. Let's have a look. Shop, we've got mailroom. Oh yeah, it doesn't work when it's unpaused. When you unpause it, you can mouse over some of this and it'll highlight what you've got. So padded cells, see it's like changes the highlights. It's pretty cool. So parole's in there. Chapel. We haven't got a library, haven't got a mailroom, haven't got a classroom, which isn't even researched, so that is probably something I should go for. While we're on the research, we've also got tasers and body armor. I think body armor is... yeah, I think that's fine. Also tax relief there as well. know people say we should get that. Takes advantage of government tax incentives and reduces your effective corporation tax to just 15%. You will save 1,500 taxes per 100,000 of daily profit. Okay. Daily cash flow. See, I always thought, in fact, I'm pretty confident that this is how it was described on the many years old now video of that thing, that it was just to do with generating stuff. So you I'm going to pick it up anyway. So you making license plates, for example, you got taxed. See, I always thought it was for that. Anyway, we're going to have a door in there, and then I guess we'll place a door there, and then door there. I know it's off centre. That's by design because of where stuff is. Actually, these can go right in the centre, so I'll probably do that. So I don't want that door installed, but if I right-click, it's going to cancel the entire foundation, which is something I really, really don't want. So let me dismantle all of those. Take some time to do that, and you can see then the light should all be turning on now. There's already the power running underneath anyway, so it's not too much of an issue. So I've removed these extra doors, at least I believe I've ordered them. Dismantle and dismantle. That is now fine. We're going to go over to the wall here, place the wall in, and the warden is calling. They never call just to wish us happy birthday or any sort of merriment, do they? Just received word that the prisoners are unhappy with how much time they have to work. Again. Okay, that's twice now in one save. Are they doing that? Hang on. I just want to check for the shop. Yes, it is. I wanted to see which way they were going. The workers. No, that one. Shop front. Right. Operate shop front. Who's operating shop front? Oh, the inmates. They're coming this way. Right, so nothing needs to go in the back. I was thinking, do we have a staff door in the back? We really don't need a visitor door in the back. Or a staff door in the back. Okay, that's fine. Let's just change the regime then. So, I guess free time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it? Done. 6 hours removed. So, prisoners demand less work. They have now got less work. We want to put in the rooms. So, mail room. The classroom's going to go there. Chapel's in. Armory, no. We haven't got a morgue either, or padded cells. In terms of that, I know we've skipped a little bit past that. Normally we do go for solitary straight away, but we just haven't done it in this series. There's been no real need or desire to do that. Anyway, for the mailroom, you can see it needs sorting desks, tables, that sort of thing. I think we will, probably against my better judgment, place in some staff doors in here. Because I think... so this is visitor doors, which allows visitors pass through without needing to guard or open the door. Guards and staff can use the door, but not prisoners. Right. So they're a magic door. They don't require keys, they're just magic. So actually that's a thing. All them can be staff doors. That needs to be visitor door. No, that needs to be staff. That needs to be visitor. Let me get this right. Delete those, delete those, delete those. So, and that one as well. So, staff door is there. Staff door is there. Staff door is there. Staff door is there. Because... oh, what was that? Oh, CCTV monitor and other things. Oh, so we're very close to getting this max sec infrastructure. Which we don't need CCTV. We might just do it for grant purposes, though. Why not? So, the reason why we have to have these staff doors in there is because the staff want to deliver stuff to the mailroom. Same for whatever that building's going to be. This one is not yet determined. Or library, probably. This one is the classroom. Classroom does require you to have a teacher come along, which is a visitor. So there's a reason to take a lot of note doing this. So we're going to place roughly in the centre some of this stuff. Apparently there's a tunnel over there, and that could be legitimate. Let me do a tunnel search. That's fine. And we'll finish this classroom off and then start running some programs. And that'll massively increase our reform, I find. So over to... oh. Is that tunnel found? Tunnel found. Roughly the same place again. I seem to find that quite often. Okay, so over here, it's asking for an office desk, and let me shrink that down. School desks, and we'll place the school desks 4 on either side, like that. I mean, we could space them out a bit, couldn't we? We could. Not going to. That'll do us for now. I know it's oversized, but there you are. I think the maximum we can have is 20, although we've seen it being different in the laundry, so there you are. So we have to have 10 prisoners pass the foundation education course. That is sort of problematic anyway. The tunnels, there we are. It's problematic anyway because we currently only have, if we go over to here, 2 hours of work. So in terms of programs, I'll set it running. Foundation education program, we'll start that. Reschedule all programs. I could even have people work inside the... the kitchen, but it's just something we didn't really plan for. So, those are all in. That's a lot of stuff needs to be sorted, which you can see stuff has started to be sorted. You got some, like, things on the shelf there, books and soaps and things like that, and magazines and other shop goods, but most of it's still here. That's because they went and work on it and then they had to stop. Right, so we need sorting desks and tables. We can have small tables in there, but we're probably going to use the larger ones. So sorting desks will go... I do like to face them that way, simply because it's just better to see. I mean, it's just oversized, this entire place, isn't it? We're going to have to place them like that. It's only 100 each. Oh, and they all fit in, which is quite nice. And these won't. No, they won't. What if we place the table small? Yeah, sort of goes in. And any spare space, you just... standard procedure, you put a bin there. And that prisoner... Oh! Prisoner Smythe there is currently unstable. The reason for that is they've been moved over, or they've gained the criminally insane trait. Criminally insane, depressed, and outbreaks. And because they're not in their proper environment, we're going to have some problems there. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build these cells then. Build at least 5 or 6 of them. But before we do that, intake, we'll turn off the intake for criminally insane. And we'll add these cells in. What I'm going to do first is build the model cell, and then we'll do cloning, because I want it pretty much like this. And I am going to remove these showers and stuff in there. I just don't think it doesn't sit right. Don't know why, it just doesn't sit right. Anyway, over to the walls and doors. Like that. We'll go for jail door on there. We'll go for rooms, padded cell this time, like so. And we're just doing the same thing. We're not cloning it, as I said, because it'll put a lot of stuff in that we just don't need. So we're just doing it the old-fashioned way. So into there. That's actually the worst place the toilet could be, because it's right on the edge, and you know, for people to escape, it should be further up. But I'm not going to redo them. It's normally why I don't do the quick build, because I find that it sometimes places things in a not ideal position. TVs for the next one. TV, which can go in there, and that is technically it. So I'm going to unpause it. I'm also going to go over to our objects and dismantle all of these. Like, say, I'm going to dismantle all of the showers. I don't find that they are a great fit in there. They're probably convenient, but I don't like them there. I don't know if it's going to cause some issues, though. I really don't know if it's going to cause any issues, considering that they just sort of wander around and do their own thing. I don't know whether having them in a communal shower is the way forward. But you don't know until you know. So we'll see what happens. I guess it'll change the grading of this. Not that we really care too much about that, because we don't have grading on anyway. So that's now in. That's no longer flashing, so we know that that's working. If we go over to utilities, we can see we do have to place some small piping in here. Going to run it right across to there, and then just down. Connect all that in. That should be all connected up and should be fine. And then we will get that cloned. I should also place some flooring in at some point. And is that Smith there? Status is agitated. Audley's hadn't done anything. And the psychiatrists, let's see just how many we've got going there. So we've had 2 in queue, 3 finished, 3 treated. 100%. I wonder if it's only if they go over a certain threshold. It is possible, isn't it? It is possible. Anyway, looks like that's built. They're going ahead and removing all of this and putting it elsewhere. I think it's time we added more stuff in here. I mean, the needs seem to be met though, so I don't know if there needs to be any major change. We'll see. The dog handler is having a hard time patrolling, that's for sure. We do have it patrolling in the right area though, so that's okay. Got orderlies patrolling around there, followed by the other stuff around here, so that's alright. That's fine. Obviously stuff isn't getting sorted. Let me just go to deployment, over to logistics. Sign some jobs here. Obviously there's no one working in here, so all the stuff that we've built, ironically, we can't really utilise simply because of how the event has kicked off. So let's just go ahead and clone some of these. And we'll go, I think we'll do the lot, you know. I think we'll do the lot. We haven't got any intake on for criminally insane, so that's fine for this one. That's fine. You can see the people are watching TV over there, which is good. We probably want to have like a chair put in. I find that they're quite decent. In terms of security, we do still have more stuff to do. Don't know where that tunnel was. Tunnel was there. Could be. Could be. Search toilets inside this. Oh, look at that. That's classed as a cell block rather than both sides. I'll do the full cell search. Yeah. Anyway, we have all of that put in. I still haven't got the seating put in, but a lot of this isn't done anyway. Once that's done, I'll actually go and do what I planned on doing originally, which is adding in a yard as well as the common room over here, because we really need that done. Common room, well, clone, and that's basically going to sit in there. That's where it's going to go. It is 9,000. We still have the parole going. You can see we've got a couple of people working in there. That's because parole can be built, I believe can be run at any time. It is not classed as work. So even though we have got that work time reduced massively, it matters not. It really doesn't matter. There we are. There is some more people being released. So technically for our quick build, we should be able to place this now. And I'm just double checking that, yes, it is not including... Ooh. That place, but it said insufficient funds just after the placement, so I don't know if that's okay. Yeah, fair enough. Don't know if that's the thing or not. Okay, we'll see. You can see our capacity has increased to 83%. We still have got a lot of things missing in the facility. We haven't got protective custody over here. We haven't got an area for legendary prisoners, not that we normally needed one, but we've seen earlier at the start of the series that that can actually happen. We don't have any holding cell, not that we need one, and we don't have any solitary, but I do think we need solitary. I think solitary we'll probably place in here, but what I want to do is keep an eye on these prisoners, and I want to see if these then go over to the shower. I'm going to do a shakedown tonight. If they use that shower without incident, then we're fine. If they don't, I'll have to add the shower back in, which is something I don't want to do, but I will do under duress, and then this will become our solitary. So all of the buildings will have their usefulness, so that's fine. See, we are searching there, finding some stuff. Pair of shears. I wonder how the shears were brought in. Let's just double check that. Pair of shears were smuggled into the kitchen, but they were detected right upon entry, and they never even made it inside the facility. And there is, to the cell blocks and stuff. And there's some tunnels. So I guess we'll remove those. Insufficient funds to remove tunnels. That is correct, yes. Right, insufficient to remove the tunnels. But we are going to receive some more prisoners, so that will allow us to remove it. You can see they're all placing stuff in there. That's fine. They're actually spending it as they... right, okay. So when we get money, they then spend it straight away on building this. It looks like they are using it, though, which is good. which is good. Intake has already happened, so... we don't have enough money for that. What's our credit rating? It should be quite good these days. Yeah, we do. We can have a maximum loan of $250,000. So, I think we will leave it there for this episode. There's still loads of bags of rubbish and they can't move it because of the bridge problem. But, next episode then, we'll continue on. I do still want to keep an eye on the shower here. But you know what? Let's do a bit of an extreme test. Regime. It's currently eat time. Oh, let's not. Let's have shower time there. Currently eating over there, which is fine. I want to see if they go to this shower. They go to the shower. But they don't have any needs, so they're not going to use it. But they do go there, so that should be fine. What also is concerning is that you can see there, they do have a lot of needs for things like spirituality and luxuries and things like that. Because these inmates are not allowed into the main body of the facility, they don't have access to all of that. I don't know whether... See, I'm treating them more like high-risk inmates and/or... Smith's just running around the table, yeah. And/or like... your sort of supermax type ones where you really have to segregate them completely from the rest of the facility. Maybe that's not the way to do it. Maybe they can happily go about the rest of the facility and do other things and go to here. That is a possibility, I guess. I could change that to staff to non-staff only and see if they go inside it. I'll give that a go next episode and we'll see what happens. Either way, that will be for that one. Overall, happy with the progress of the build so far. A lot of these auxiliary buildings in, which is going to increase the grading, hopefully. Reoffending rates dropped to 9%, so 17 from 9. Punishment is up to 7, reform 4, security at 3, so we've increased there, and then health it's still at -1. So we're probably best on changing it so they get well fed. So yeah, we'll see about altering all of that, and yeah, overall happy with the progress. Hope you are too. Let me know in the comments and all of that sort of thing. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.